It doesn't matter if it's springtime, it doesn't matter if it's fall time, summertime, it doesn't matter if you're a professional gardener, or it doesn't matter if you're an amateur gardener. We all come across these 5 different problems, issues, mistakes that you're going to come across at some point in your gardening life, let me tell you. Or maybe you can even have these problems even more than one season at a time. So in this video, we're gonna go over those 5 mistakes that are just classic. What's going on, my plant peoples? I'm the ADHD gardener, where I use gardening, houseplants, and humor as a form of mental health therapy. And let me know down in the comments below how many problems you have in your garden. Have you had any unforeseen issues in your gardening? Have you had any environmental problems, weather problems? Something at some point is going to be hitting our garden. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be animals, it could be bugs, it could be something. Something always happens, but we do always try to mitigate that and, try to prevent a lot of these things from happening. But sometimes, through the learning process, wow, my chickens are loud. Do you hear that? Every morning they cackle. I'm gonna get to them chickens later on, but that cackling, you hear that? I hope you can hear it. They're conversating, they're calling me, they're saying, this needs to feed me this morning. See, I've been at this gardening thing for a long time already, and I've learned a few things or two, over those years. But if it's one thing that still surprises me every now and again, is my first problem, and that is placement of your plants. Now, you would know, or you would think you would know, where to put those plants based on how much sun you get, or maybe a good spot in your garden. Sounds all good, right? But maybe you wanted to expand your garden or something, or maybe you want to put a new plant or a new variety or whatever the case may be in a certain area of your garden. It's all good, right? No problem. Until you realize it's the wrong placement. Man, look at all that damn shade. I mean, it really did work out, yo, but geez, come on. Also added this. Now this is kind of like a fence or whatever you want to call it, because this was going to be trellising for my beans and also my raspberries. Turns out that the beans are blocking all of this area. So now all of my herbs and my lemongrass that I'm trying to grow is being just shaded out. So they're getting, a little stringy, they're thin, they're not as big as I wanted them to be because of all the shade. This part is shade, so I'm not worried about that, but that's only because of the house. Once that sun creeps over the house, then this all gets, a bunch of sun. Except for that spot. So is this an actual mistake? I didn't plan it, and I certainly didn't foresee it. So that means I definitely placed that in the wrong spot. If you enjoy a lot of my videos and you really want to show me some love, then don't forget to smash that like button, because it really pushes my videos up on the algorithm and lets YouTube know that, my videos are informative, funny, and just, it is what it is. You like it. Also, you can catch me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on there all the time. We can chill there too. I love to laugh. And lately I've been live streaming twice a month, every other Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can chill together too. That's a lot of fun also. Last but not least, I got a donation button from PayPal for this channel. If you want to donate to this channel, make this channel happen, make it continuing, doing what it's doing, then you can also consider that too. Back to the video. The next problem you're going to get a kick out of. You're going to get a kick out of it. If you do not have chickens or turkeys or any sort of animals, then you don't really have to worry about this problem. So you can kind of skip forward to the next one, because I'm sure you're probably going to have that problem at some point in your life. But for now, if you got chickens and if they free range, they could do whatever the heck they want, then you're going to have a chicken problem. Doesn't matter if you got a fence or not. I have a long run, so if I wanted to just, close the fence off, they can stay in there, no problem. And I've done that, I do that for at least half of the day. I guess it just depends on the day and my mood, really. But let me tell you about fence, doesn't hold back these chickens and turkeys, apparently, from flying over the fence. See this? This is my meat turkey. He's a cool little turkey, but for his big ass, he gets up on a fence, a high fence at that. That fence is at least maybe, 6 feet tall, at least. And his turkey butt is all up on there. You can keep your chickens enclosed. That's not a problem at all. You got a nice sized run for them. That's really cool too. No problems with that. It's just that I have this thing with cages, and I have this thing with just being confined. I want freedom myself. I don't want nobody holding me back or caging me in, and I would hate for my animals to be caged in too. That's just how I feel. So I want my animals to just be kind of free ranging it. do what they want. And they are doing what they want because they're reading my crap. Well, it's not crap, but it's my garden. You know what I mean? They're reading my garden. Oh, y'all in my garden. Y'all are in my garden. Y'all need to get out. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look. Look at them. With their freaking leader over there. Bro. Come on. Y'all gotta get out. Y'all gotta get out. Out. Come on. Go. 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 Get away from my peppers. Thank you. And I love them. And I just chase them out of my garden. I use Chip to my advantage because he herds my my chickens back. I basically only have two options. Either keep them confined, which that would be okay because they have optimal space in their run, or I just basically just grow more food to compensate for the loss because I already know that their asses are going to be in my garden chewing and chomping on all of my tomatoes and peppers, so I might as well just grow more. Oh yeah, don't forget the beans. Yeah, they wiped me out of all of my beans. Yeah, that's fun. I just gotta let you guys know that it is ridiculously hot out here. It is 90% humidity, and I feel like I just stepped off of an airplane just heading to Puerto Rico. That's how humid and hot it is. Speaking of hot and humid and crazy heat, this is number two. Problem is, and this has nothing to do with me, this is Mother Nature, and that is watering, or lack of water, or the drought, or where's my rain? I need rain. I need lots of rain. And the problem is with that is that we haven't been getting a lot of rain this year. Like, what's up with that? I need rain. And as much as, you know, we have water access to our homes and stuff like that. So it's not like we don't have any water. But yo, that's expensive. The water bill, my gosh, my water bill is ridiculous. And I'm not trying to add to that problem by, like, you know, constantly using water, because that sucks, because that's expensive. So I rely heavily on the rain from the sky. Hey, and guess what? Not getting any rain. So my soil is dry. My plants are suffering as a result of it. Now I still water like regularly from my own tap. Problem is I have to be scarce as to how much water I'm giving them because, again, money, and it's expensive. There are other solutions like collecting your own rainwater. Now that is a great option because, as you can see, I do have and collect my own rainwater as well. But there's a problem. How am I going to get that rainwater over there in the garden? That's my problem. See, this wouldn't be technically a bad idea because if you had like some sort of water pump or sump pump or something that you can connect to this hose that you would put inside of here, then you connect the bottom of it to a pump, and then that would help, you know, push the water outside to your garden. Wasn't that strong enough to really get a good distance of it? I mean, I have a long way to go, all the way in the back. So this wasn't exactly the best idea. I mean, it was a good idea for right here, like in the beginning areas, but when you need to get further back, this just did not reach. So that means I had to rely on good old Mother Nature. And Mother Nature is being right now. I really want broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, you know, all that good stuff. The thing is that I'm planting them at the wrong time, still to this day. I mean, it's a little tricky bit of an issue, especially with the timing of the weather, okay? I mean, if you get heat really, really early in the season, your brassicas are not gonna hold, okay? They'll start to bolt, flower, and then you're screwed. Then you're not gonna get any, you know, any food at all. And that's all due to timing. If you're gonna be planting your brassicas early spring, then you gotta plant them really early, like February early. I mean, I thought it was way too early, you know, because of the frost and all that stuff. And obviously I was wrong. That can happen also with tomatoes and peppers. You plant them outside too early and the frost gets you because of those cold nights and stuff. Timing, it is what it is. So it is a trial and error still, because you know what, we can't mess with Mother Nature. We have a good time frame as to when we can be planting these crops. But again, the undeciding and weird factor that we all have to account for is, you know, you don't know about Mother Nature. You don't know about that weather, and you don't know about the environment. So can I chalk it up to that? Yeah, I'm gonna chalk it up to that. Yeah, another thing that can happen when it comes to bad timing with planting your stuff is that if you're planting at the time where a lot of these certain bugs that hit your plant is going to be active, then this is the result of it. Now, this is the result of the cabbage moth. If you're planting them right in its prime season of the moth, then you're gonna get this. You're gonna get death. You're gonna get a lot of chewing up on it, and that's not cool. If you were to place this, or if you were to plant this plant at the right time, maybe a little earlier than the cabbage moths, or maybe a little later than those moths, then you would have a fighting chance. But as you can see right here, yeah, not a fighting chance at all. You may be asking yourself, why does Jackie have all this cardboard on the floor? Well, let me tell you about my other problem, is weeds. Lots and lots of weeds. See, weeding. Now, I'm not talking about the good stuff like from your garden beds, which is nice and therapeutic and stuff. That's good. That's all right. You know what I mean? That's positive weeding, I guess, if you want to call it that. But walkway weeding, or walkway grass, or walkway weeds, I mean, yo, it's out of control. Okay, now if you have a nice, wonderful backyard, then that's fantastic. If you got like pavers, you have concrete, or maybe you have whatever the heck you have, and you don't have this problem, cool. But I got that problem. And as a result of it, I have weeds everywhere. And I weed whack, and whenever Jose feels like weed whacking, he will weed whack. But it's not upkept enough. And frankly, it's just too much work. Okay, that's a lot of weeding, a lot of walkways. I mean, it's everywhere. So what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to do this in another and explain more in a separate video, but for now, just know that I'm going to be tackling these stupid weeds in my walkway. It's the entire garden. And the better your garden is doing, the more flourishing is going, it's going to happen with the weeds also. Because why not, right? If we're going to fertilize our plants, why not accidentally fertilize the rest of your whole entire garden, even if you didn't want to? Because, that's the right thing to do. Oh, God. You see the reason why I need to be working on this stuff? Because this is just absolutely damn ridiculous. Look at this. This is why I'm going to be addressing a lot of this toward the end of the fall and also early springtime with the cardboard. But stay tuned for another video, because that is going to be what I'm going to be talking about. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, what's going on, chippies? You're gonna be good today? Hopefully, maybe. And there he goes again, walking in the cornfield. Luckily, he somewhat obeys the walkways. But you know what? He does what he wants. Come on, let's go. Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. Get out. Thank you. Now, originally, I wasn't really worried too much about it. Over the years, I would just weed whack. But for some reason, it just kept getting worse and worse, and my garden kept expanding and expanding, and then next thing you know, I got a damn jungle back here. And it's a lot to maintain. Let me know down in the comments below, how much do you struggle with your weeds in the garden? Do you struggle with any of these things? I'm sure I'm not the only one who has these garden problems either. But either way, I'll address this in a separate video, because that's a project in its own. But weeds. How do you handle your weeds in your garden? I really hope you enjoyed this video and you got some good information out of it. If you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to smash that like button. It really does help out the algorithm and pushes up my videos. Also, you can catch me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on there all the time. Don't forget to catch me on Sundays Don't forget to catch me every other Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we are going to be live streaming together. As usual, until the next episode, you guys, where you and me both can be growing our happiness one plant at a time, one day at a time. I'll check y'all later in the next episode. Enjoy my chickens.